URT Army, welcome back to the channel. We are the URT. You are the URT. This is the URT. Big up the URT. Welcome to the channel. Big up to you. Please smash a like on the video on your way in. I've got a jam-packed show for you tonight, people. Jam El Paco El Show. We're going to be talking about in-depth preview of Bilbao, how Bilbao play, the way they defend, the way they attack, the tactics of their coach, what they're comfortable with. Are they a tiki-taka? Are they more direct wing play? We're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about the latest transfer, Clickbait FC, who we link with, who we signing, and all of that BS. So yeah, and then we're going to ask the question. Some people believe Amarim's going to walk if we lose on on Thursday. I don't think so, but a lot of people think Amarim will walk, which is fascinating to me because I'm like, is he? Is he? Big up Danny. Yeah, man. Big up Danny B. Love, man. Free Palestine as well if you're there. Big up Mohammed. Arsenal obviously lost tonight to Paris Saint-Germain 1-0. I've just watched the game. Fascinating game, to be fair. Top level football. Great saves from both keepers. Donnarumma made some 2-3 fantastic saves to keep Paris Saint-Germain ahead. David Raya made a fantastic save. David Raya now is a fly goalkeeper. He is a fly goalkeeper. He's not your goalkeeper. He's an outfield player, building up the play, hitting direct diags, long balls to Saka, to Martinelli. Wow. It's interesting. A lot of United fans think David Raya is the goalkeeper that Manchester United, Unana, was going to do exactly the same. But boy, oh boy, there's a long way to go. But yeah, fascinating watch, semi-final of the Champions League. Looking at the levels both teams are at, boy, oh boy, we're struggling. Boy, oh boy, we're struggling. We are struggling, people. So it's a very interesting, very, very interesting game. And yeah, Paris Saint-Germain, I thought the first 25 minutes, some of the football they played, boy, oh boy, scintillating. Arsenal could not touch the ball in the first 25 minutes. Arsenal had like 30% possession in the first 25 minutes. So it was crazy. So, yeah, it is what it is. And we move, people. We move. It's very, very interesting how they played Paris Saint-Germain. But then Arsenal came into it, to be fair. Arsenal were unlucky not to get back in it. If you want to be truthful, if you don't want to bring any bias to it, Arsenal are very unlucky. I thought they pushed. They made some chances. They scored goal. They got disallowed for, Kivio, brilliant play, actually. Honestly, they've not missed the Brazilian because Kivio, the Polish guy, just stepped up. Big up to him. And, very good game. High level football. Manchester United are nowhere near it. But we're going to get into it. We're going to see where we are on Tuesday. Nuruddin Czech, Arden Chakri, CDM, Club Bruges. Okay. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at him for you. Arden. Okay, he comes up, Arden Chakri. Let me search for him. Let me check for him. This is playing up a little bit, so let me just check for him. I'll bring him up for you. Big up to you, Danny. Let me bring him up for you. Let's see what his stats say. These are just to give a little bit of insight on what type of player he is. Wow. What sort of player is he? What's happening to this? This is him. Let's see what his age is. 22, 23, age 22. Okay, he's age 22. And yeah, what is he? Let's go back to this. CM, central midfielder. Let's have a look at him more. His assists are amazing. His assists are amazing. Passes attempted, 92 percentile, 63. Wow. 86 pass completion. Defensively, interceptions all right, 45. Clearance is 45. But yeah, successful take-ons, progressive carries, progressive passes, attempted passes, pass completion, 86. Wow, what does this one say? Yeah, he looks like a ball player, really a top ball player. That's what he looks like to me. He looks like a ball player, Danny. Do you like him? Is that one of your guys? Tell me more about. Have you watched him, Danny? Big up to every one of you, man. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Welcome, people. Welcome in. We're here to take a little bit. I told the boys what time I'm going to be live. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, let me ring Bumbaye. Let me let Bumbaye know what's going on. Bumbaye. Let me ring him. Oh, he's away. Bumbaye is away. I forgot. Bumbaye won't be jumping on. It's going to just be me for now. Bumbaye won't be jumping on. But yeah, Danny B, let me know what you think about this player. He bossed Edison when Club Brugge played Atlanta. Oh. Nuruddin, check out. People are getting it. Artem Daboski from Roma. He's a bad boy. Let me check him out. Let me go back here. What's his name? Artem. There he is. Russian brother. Ukrainian guy. 27. Age 27. Let's look at his stats. Pass completion, 74. Okay. Assists, 67 out of 90 percentile. Pass completion, 74. Touches in attacking penalty area. Wow. Defensively, he's horrendous. What is he, a central midfield player? Is he a midfield player? What is he? Oh, he's a striker. Okay. Here he's saying he's a striker. Interesting. A lot of people are putting that in. So, yeah, it's interesting. We'll remove that for now. But people, welcome to the show. Big up to every one of you. You winning on Thursday? Yo, are we winning on Thursday? Well, we're going to see. Yeah, big up drivers. All right, guys. Adam Jarrett, quality, DMCM Nura. I send you a video. I've just discovered him of FIFA football recommendation. Great scouting from Danny B. Yeah, he looks like a player. He looks like a passer. Check Yidas. Oh, we've already checked Yidas last time, man. I know Yidas. It's the players that I've not heard of. Yidas, the Turkish brother, the winger. He's a good player. He's a very good player. But yeah, Jarvis, jump on if you're free. If you're free to jump on, jump on. Yeah, we're gonna go in depth. We've got scouting in depth here. In depth. In depth. we've done some research on how they play. Yildiz, we know who Yildiz is. Yildiz is a Turkish winger, played for Juventus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, people are saying not confident. Listen, we're going to get into an in-depth breakdown of our tie with Atletico Madrid, but we need to make sure that the best of Manchester United turn up to try to compete in a game. They're a lot different. People are expecting tiki-taka. They can be tiki-taka, or they can be direct. They're very good on a transition, but we'll get into all those details. The player used to play for Girona last year. He was their best player, banging in goals. Yeah. Well, okay. Interesting. Ukrainian player, yeah. Okay, 27 years old. He's at the right age, quite experienced. Big up Jarvis, take your time, no problem. Skari on Hockey, 55 million Jarvis, midfield sorted, pal. And Hackney. Sakari and Hackney. Big up Lesso. I do with Lesso. I hope you well. You good? Lesso, you can hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Big up to you, Lesso. You well?
I'm all good, man.
Big up, bro.
I hope you're good on your side.
Yeah, we're good. Something weird's happening with my with StreamYard, but other than that, I'm good.
Now, how's the everyone else smashed the like button? Yeah. It's one of those, where we're looking at players because we have
I can't hear
nothing
you
to look
properly,
forward
bro. I
to.
can't hear you properly. You're very low. The last couple of times on the shows, you've been very, very good. The sound has been really, really good, but you've gone back to how really low now.
Okay, let me try and get back
Oh yeah,
into.
you're back normal now. You're back normal.
I think I don't know. I don't know if it's okay. Maybe I'm closer to my.
Yeah, maybe find and then come back because it's dropped again.
Okay, good.
Angelo Stintler. Okay, let me have a look at him. Wow, look at that. Progressive passes. That is crazy. 98. What the hell? Attempted passes, 87. 97. Wow. Shot creating actions. Look at that. This guy is a creativity monster. Wow. Assist. Look at this. This is crazy. That is the most craziest stat. Progressive passes. Carries is not that great. He doesn't carry the ball, but he can pass the football. That's unbelievable. Let's see, how old is he? 24 years old. He plays for Bayern Munich. And I don't see. Oh, he plays. Oh, he was born in Munchen. Okay, born in April. Okay, he plays for Stuttgart. Yeah, he is some crazy guy. 8 assists this season. 8 assists. Eight assists this season, my guy. From a midfield player. CDM, CM or DM. That is unbelievable. Passing range. Unbelievable. Unbelievable passer of the ball, this kid is. Unbelievable. These stats are unbelievable, but we'll see. Big up Lesso. Lesso back yet? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Big up Hassan. Hassano says, Nura, I can't handle Onana next season at United. I don't think you're the only one. People, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Yeah. Can we just go through some of the Man United transfer? What's happening with Manchester United? Let's have a look at in terms of transfer. Apparently, Cunha is very close. Apparently, Cunha is close, but that's what they're telling us. Yeah, apparently Cunha, it's closed. So, yeah, people, that's what they're saying anyway. That's what people are saying. Cunha is closed, but we don't believe it, do we? We don't really believe it, to be honest with you. Until I see players holding up a shirt, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't see it. This is a bit of news for Eric Ten Hag wanting to pay 40 million to bring Ajax striker Brian Bombay to Manchester United. He's now worth less than 10 million. Eric Ten Hag is Eric Ten Hag, man. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. This is what Scholes said. Big up Lesso. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, Lesso?
I think you can. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
So this is what Paul Scholes said. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is what Paul Scholes said about Cunha. I don't know if you guys can see, but Scholes basically said, Mateus Cunha is obviously athletic. He's got quality with 15 league goals this season. I just worry for any signing coming to Man UFC at the minute. It just feels like it's such a bad place to go. The quality of play right now is poor. That is honest. And one thing you can never say about, you can never accuse Paul Scholes is that he's not honest. He is quite honest. You know what I mean? Let's so.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
me, like I said to
Definitely.
you, yeah, why would I ever come to this football club? This football club is it's a circus. It's not a football club. It's a circus. By the way, they sacked more people. They sacked another two. They're sacking another 250 people. They reckon all across board. A lot of them were scouts that they're sacking as well.
Yeah, I think they did say that they're gonna shed the scouting network. So they believe that we overly staffed, I think, in that department. So yeah, but they don't even listen to the scouts anyway. So I can see why they are sacking them anyway. So yeah, no, it's guys, we in deep trouble with this football club. You know, honestly, until I see these guys gone, we're gonna have this yo-yo thing where 1 minute it's okay, the next minute it's bad. It's gonna keep being like this for the many upcoming years, unfortunately, you know, because we're poorly run. So we cannot actually, to be honest, expect anything of high caliber from this football club in terms of performances, in terms of the way we sign players. We're not going to see that consistency. There's nothing that reassures me that I'll see anything that's consistent coming from the top. I mean, we may even have a new CEO in the next couple of months. So that is why I'm saying that it's gonna get tricky. It's gonna be a bumpy road, unfortunately. You know, if obviously you're a at least in or Ineos in, unfortunately you're gonna get a rude awakening because they don't know what they're doing themselves. You know,
Yeah.
we will see changes in departments all over the place constantly until they try and get it right. So yeah, I'm just not. I'm not even in the mood, to be honest, to even be discussing who's coming in and who's coming out because we haven't even fixed the way we're playing. You know, the football club in itself, we don't know what the direction is. You know, anyone who's coming in here, honestly, is just gonna come for the vibes and for the money, and
Vibes FC.
that's all they're coming. That's all they're coming for. To be honest, there's nothing outlined for me to say that okay, this we can see why they are signing this guy for this reason or that reason. Because I feel like we're just vibing throughout the whole thing. There's no plan, and if there's a plan, it's gonna be half executed because this manager may not be even here. You know, he may not make it past this year. Never mind anything. You know, if he's kept, I think he's under massive pressure already when the season starts. He's under massive pressure, especially with the finish that we're gonna have in the league, and the chances of us not winning the Europa League is gonna add on to that. I think that will 100 times stamp on it. So yeah, it's if honestly, just to cut everything short, on my side, I think the best way going forward, you may not agree with this, it would be to actually sack this manager now after the season, because you get rid of him now, you can start next season up from scratch with whatever you want to do. You sign players that you want to play a specific way, because now what happens, we sign players specifically how this manager plays, and then we're stuck with another manager that comes in that can't even play with these, can't even use the personnel that he has, and he inherits what Amorim has. Then we're back to square one than we were when Amorim first came in. So I don't know if this is their long-term plan. If you're gonna sack Amorim, you bring someone of that similar uh, caliber in terms of the style of play and the formations and all these other things, the player personnel, But now the problem is I don't know how these guys are gonna work. That's why I'm saying that in the summer they're going to be fully exposed. They're gonna be fully exposed, honestly, in how they want to do things, because there's no running away if they sack Amorim. There is absolutely no running away. If you're gonna sack him halfway through the season, we're screwed. We've written off 2 seasons already. 2 seasons off already. And we're allowing this. I don't know how this is even allowed. We're allowing them to write off 2 seasons. And people are going to be saying that we must trust this process. There's no process. There's absolutely nothing. So if they at least stick with the guy and make sure that this works, and if they sack the guy and bring someone of that, someone maybe like who plays similar to Amorim, but obviously who can utilize the personnel that we obviously gonna shop for in the summer, then I'd actually be on board with that more, because it makes sense. We have never made sense at this football club. You can't make sense of what we've been doing anyways. So I'm just hoping, man. I'm just at this point, it's hope FC, hopes and vibes, and then the rest will come. I mean, at this, because you can't really logically point out to anything and say, I'm gonna get behind this. You can't. There's none of us that can actually point out and say that this is what Ineos want to do. We're actually guessing at this point, because they're thinking logically. And we have not been applying logic for a very long time. So at this point, it's prediction FC. We're predicting things for them. And, but it is what it is. Big up, Jarvis.
Big up, Lesso. Big up, Noradin. I hope you all are well.
Yeah, big up, Jarvis. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. Sorry for being a little bit late.
Don't worry.
I was in the middle of a chore doing some stuff. I had to move out some stuff in the garage and stuff like that. But
so good. How's the weather over there?
Well, the weather was nice today. It was sunny outside. We are starting to get a little bit of warmer weather. I think it was about 8 degrees today, but still snow outside. So
you can see in Manchester, you see it on my face. I've been in the sun all day.
Yeah. I see that. See it. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. How is the weather usually in Manchester in this time of year?
Well, this time is spring. 21st of March, my actual birthday, actually. That's where the first day of spring in the UK. And after that, in the spring in the UK, you can get 4 different weathers in one day. You can get hailstone, rain, crazy winds. Then it can clear, sunshine. It can be like a summer day. Today was like 20-something. Jarvis, I'm just going to get the door. Hold the thought, please. 1 second. We're talking about players for signing, and we were talking about Cunha. Scholes' advice to Cunha, saying, "Why would he?"
Yeah. I read it. Yeah, it's not a good news. So, but first of all, I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat. We have Jamie Wayne here, big up, and Aid Sheikh Aryan coming in with all these updates. Danny B is here, big up, Danny. Good to see you. So a lot of good people is in the house, and yeah, there was a lot of. I did a show yesterday with Noradin and Mick Ruby on my channel, and we went through all of the latest rumors, the Gyokeres, the what's his name again, Franco Mastatuno. I think he looks really good. Big up, Jordan. Good to see you. Yeah, Mastatuno. And but the latest rumors that I know with this guy is I think it's PSG and Real Madrid are both interested in him. So it looks hard. I don't know if you guys have seen Mastatuno. I think he scored a brilliant free kick the other day. Yeah. So what do you reckon, Lesso? Is he a guy to chase?
If we had a structure in place, I think yes. But I think we tend to do a bit in that direction. I think we're going. We may actually get it right with the young players in terms of the ones that we get, in terms of recruitment. So far, I would say we haven't really failed in that department. We have failed in terms of recruiting the more experienced players. But I think with the young players, we so far have the right profiles in terms of what we're trying to do. In terms of him, he actually looks good. People forget that the Argentine league is actually also physical. It's not a league where people where it's soft or anything like that. They get pushed over there. They get pushed off the ball a lot. You have to be technical and physical to survive in that league. Hence why I've seen that a lot of Argentine players have actually not done bad in the past couple of years anyways, when they came to the Premier League. I mean, when City got what's the guy's name again? I forgot. Where's now he plays for Atletico Madrid. They got him directly. from there. So, you know, he looks like the real deal. The problem is, are we going to sign him and, you know, pretty much afford to let him just stay there until January? Because he's only going to come through, I think, December, apparently. So are we going to make that kind of a deal or not? Because for me, I can see the club saying no. Or they could shift that budget to next summer's budget and start using it on him when they sign him. There's two ways to do it, but it depends on what the competition is willing to put on the table. If Real Madrid come in right now and pay off the fee that is that
Well, Real
they've
Madrid
placed,
seldomly do that. They just try to pull players and tell them to come on free when their contract run out. But we
yeah,
see here now from Transfers MUFC, that's Roshmano's Twitter account always, but he's quoting Fabrizio Romano. He comes in and say Manchester United and Chelsea again are interested in Franco Mastantuono and well informed on the situation. So, and Real Madrid are not pursuing him at the current deal condition.
oh,
So,
okay, no, that's
and that's from Fabrizio. So, I think this Franco Mastantuono, he's possible, and we know that Vivel, he loves the South American market, and as Danny B said in the chat, that we have been chasing him for 18 months now, so we are well aware of these players. But you know, for me, I think we seldomly buy players directly from Argentina, so I don't see it happening. No,
yeah.
no.
We have never done it. We've never done it.
I think they did say that they're scouting apparently 2 or 3 players in Argentina since 12 months ago. If I'm not wrong with that, we had scouts situated in those in the country. In terms of, we were looking at 3 players. So obviously he's one of them. We were looking at also a centre back as well. So we'll see what we do. We may actually try and sign them and send them on loan. I think that may be the approach going forward, because some of these players can obviously come in and straight away, and you know, yeah. So I think
the
we
centre
may
back
try
thing
that strategy.
is quite interesting. I saw yesterday we were linked to the Real Betis centre back Johnny Cardoso, so he looked quite good in my opinion. So, but this is silly season now. There's just so many rumors. You can't take them all serious. That's the problem. I don't know what you have planned already on this tonight's show, but there's a lot of things going on the transfer market, and this one is out now about Gyokeres. Still no agreement with Manchester United and Nico Gyokeres. He hasn't given United the green light yet. And concrete talk have taken place with Ruben Amorim is very keen on a reunion, and other big clubs are in the race. So, but there's been a lot of Gyokeres rumors the last couple of days. I feel maybe there's something there.
No,
PR.
I don't think so.
You don't think so, no?
No.
But you'll take him, if possible.
Not sure, you know. Wow, his stats are unbelievable.
Yes,
this is crazy. This is
bring them up,
crazy.
Noradin, bring them up.
I can't, Jarvis. It's too, but this is in the Portuguese league, though, isn't it? Can you trust his stats like this? This is unbelievable. Oh my God, his stats are unbelievable. Let me share them. His stats, people, get ready to pick it up. Oh my God, I don't think I've seen a player like this since we've looked at players. It's too good to be true, Jarvis.
That's the thing.
Let's see what
it's 99% all over the place.
He's 26 years old.
He's at the right age, to be honest.
26 years old.
Yeah, but he's soon to be 27. I think it's 255 days or something. So,
can you see that? This is crazy. Non-penalty goals, 99. Look at this, 99, 98. 84.
Yeah, but when you look at it, it's 0.9 goal a game per 90. So he almost scores a goal a game. That's That's Ronaldo, Messi stats.
Yeah. Look at this. 97. 99. Shot creating actions.
5 each game. So he creates 5 chances when he takes a shot.
Look at this. 22 attempts. Passes. Look at this. 22. Pass completion. 74%. That is really high for a striker. Because up the pitch, that's where it's congested. You know, the space is blocked.
His
Too many
hold-up play is
defenders,
probably really
midfielders.
good.
Progressive passes. Look at this. 2.21. Progressive carries. This is the monster. He's the monster at this.
Yes.
That's a monster. And then successful take-ons. Look at 1.80. 96. Touches in the penalty. 9.21. That is unheard of. Progressive passes. 10.6. 99. Defensively, he's crap. I'm just going to lock the door. Scholes is in.
Yeah. MUFC 14 comes in and he will become 50% of this club.
No, but honestly, I think that's the type of striker we should be going for because he's at the right 100%. Age. He's in his prime. So for me, the experience does count, whether you come in from a different league or not. You know, the experience in itself alone will actually, get you out of out of the bad situations. So for me, he's at the right age. It makes sense to have him and then have a young striker in Dilap or someone. But I doubt we spend that kind of money.
Let's hope if we were a sensible club, we would have done it. But we're not.
Unfortunately.
Yes. But we can sit here and dream. That's the thing. We can sit here and dream. And this is why we find this transfer window stuff is so exciting. It's because we can dream a little bit. We get away. It's escapism from the real Man United and the dross we are in. And, today I saw you talked about it a little bit earlier, but that Ruben Amorim is not prioritizing a goalkeeper this summer. And we will have to have Onana for the next season again. A calamity goalkeeper. Did you see Nuruddin the goal for Bournemouth? How Onana could have saved it? Did you see he tried to throw himself? He should have just standed on his legs. He was on his first post. He was covering the first post.
Yeah,
but no one mentioned it. I don't know why, but it was a terrible try to save the ball from Onana.
No, 100%. Listen, he plays a horrible pass to Shaw. Shaw then gets the young boy in trouble and gives him a hospital pass, and then he falls over, and then he got 3 people to shoot from. So, am I mad at what he's doing? Yeah. Jarvis, I genuinely, no word of a lie, a friend of mine who's a big Arsenal fan, who's a bit in the know, has told me that this guy, Arsenal, this deal is done.
Yeah, but okay.
That's what I'm hearing. He's the guy who told me about Havertz. Saying that way weeks and weeks before Arsenal signed him.
Okay. Yeah, Pettigo. Yeah. No agreement.
Pettigo is an actually Arsenal friend who lives in London. A friend of mine. But
so he has some connections.
He told me about, that they signed a kid from Chelsea. Havertz, weeks and weeks before the news even came out. And I was shocked when he told me. He even told me the money. He said they signed him over 70 million. I was like, what? Havertz for 70 million?
Wow.
Unbelievable. So, yeah. That's what he's saying, but I don't know. If you take it back, if you just add it, this is what's been said. But look at how vague this is, though, Jarvis. There's still no agreement, right? So there's no agreement. Manchester United, he's giving United, he hasn't given United the green light, so he's not agreeing. Concrete talks have taken place with Ruben Amorim, very keen on the reunion. Other big clubs are in the race. I mean, from what I'm hearing, Arsenal is a done deal.
Yeah. Arsenal really lack a strike. You could see it today against PSG. It was a good game, and PSG is really it's a well drilled machine. I would say so many good.
I think they're bringing back a bit of the total football. The way they fill in positions with each other. It's almost that Dutch team, isn't it? Obviously, he's influenced by Van Gaal. Was Enrique? Was he Barcelona when Van Gaal was the coach?
Yes, he was playing for Barcelona during Van Gaal's reign. Yeah.
So that total football is there. Nearly every player in the PHS tonight, we was linked to them all. Can you tell which one is a serious club out of us? Yeah, 100%. The serious club is PSG. Look at what they've been able to put. But anyway, people, listen, we don't want to keep you too long tonight. Honestly, I don't want to be keeping anybody any long. We're gonna get into this. I've done a bit of a prep. So do you want to hear my little research that I've done?
But Nordin, before we go on that point, can we just have a look at the goal, the Brighton goal? I just want to show you guys the Onana thing. I don't know if that's cool with you.
Yeah, of course. Jarvis always cool. Whatever you want to show.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin your rhythm. I know you have prepared things. So here you see Onana plays the ball to Luke Shaw. Look at Maguire here. He's open in the middle. Casemiro is here, open in the middle. So they're actually 2 against 1 because Kluivert is just the only one marking the 2 DMs. So Luke Shaw should have found one of the DMs in this instance, but he plays Dorgu instead. So there's so many mistakes in this goal. Look at Maguire here. It should be an easy cut and play into him. Even now, he's available. But they lose the ball, and let's turn on a little bit of feedback. The layoff from Evan Nilsson and the shot. Look at Onana. Let me just play it once more. You can have a look at Onana. It's a terrible involvement by Onana. Why does he try to save with his hands? His feet are right there.
Use your legs.
Oh
my goodness.
De Gea would have said that right away. And he makes a little skip and a jump to the other side and bounces back.
I'm saving that. I'm sorry. With my legs.
So, are we really getting Onana for one more season? It would cost us about 10 points. More, maybe more.
Yeah. I call this, Jarvis. I call this early on. There's nothing that anybody can show me and tell me about who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's get people. I've prepared. Yeah. So let's get into it. I just want to tell you a little bit. It's on my notes. Obviously, the manager is Ernesto Valverde. Ernesto Valverde. Well, let me just tell you a little story about it. He was the coach of Barcelona. Yeah, Valverde.
Yeah.
He was the manager at Barcelona. He won actually a league. Barcelona players disgracefully haunted him out of the football club. He won them the league next season. He got sacked. So he's a very, very experienced coach, number one. Very experienced. And Bilbao style play under him is a blend of defensive solidity, aggressive, vertical attacking transitions. The team emphasizes maintaining wide, deep shape, utilizing the wingers to create inside spaces, second-line players. The team is known for aggressive pressure on the turnovers, jump vertically on the ball. Does that remind you of anyone, Jarvis? Who vertically jumps? We just played them this weekend.
Yeah.
He stays
Spanish.
true to his football.
Mid-block.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah. In terms of the
high
offensive
intensity
phase,
press.
yeah, in terms of the offensive part of the game, the attacking, Valverde prioritizes maintaining wide, deep formations, stretching the opponent to create attacking options. So what he does, he creates the stretching, wide, deep formation, stretch, and then once you stretch, you create space, and then they go inside and bop. Wingers play a crucial role in generating inside spaces for the second line player to exploit. Attacking transitions. Bilbao regains possession. They're quick to transition on attack. Winger darting down the channel. The striker running in behind, and attacking midfield is looking for the pockets of space between the lines. They are drilled. One thing though, having watched them, Jarvis, they don't score many goals, but defensively they're tight. So the aspect of the game that he wants them to be, they're very solid, but they just don't score that many goals. Defensive shape, the team's defensive serves a springboard for dangerous attacking transitions. Aggressive pressure on turnovers with players jumping vertically to win the ball back. The team really.
I think we have an Athletic fan in the chat, by the way.
Okay, tell him to come on. We'll send him the link. If he follows me on
Twitter,
Twitter,
if you want. You can tell us about the club. Yeah, cool.
The team's known for its controlled directness, often targeting the channels and spaces behind opponent defenses. Intense pressing. Valverde's team is known to be for a high intensity in pressing, which can make them tough to opponent to break down. They're very hard to break down. Bilbao is actually a very unique. I've been to that city. I watched them. I've been to their stadium, actually, the stadium they're going to play. I was there in 2019. I watched the game between Bilbao. They're called Club Atheletic, right? We call them Atletico Bilbao, but they're called, their name is really Club Athletic. That's what their name is. They are from the northern region of Spain. They're known as the Basque region, right? They wanted some independence from Spain, and the history of Spain. Spain is actually so big, it's made of different massive regions, right? But the Basque, so they share the border with France. They've had some interesting, what the former Spanish, what do you call him?
King.
A dictator, fascist dictator, Franco. What he did to them, and then a subsequent troubles between them wanting an independence and try to get away from Spain. So Bilbao's academy is a very interesting. So Atletico Bilbao promises promoting academy players and those from the Basque clubs its unique effect on the identity and philosophy. So what they do is they're one of the only clubs in world football that really promotes players from their own region. I know that they still do that, but they allow a couple of the players from different parts. But majority of the team has a great sense of the Basque region in Spain, and Bilbao being the biggest city in the Basque region. The city they're closest to is Real Sociedad. Is really close to the Saint Sebastian. That's what it's called, the city, Saint Sebastian. And then there was about 40 minutes away, and I went there as well. But yeah, that is who Bilbao are. That's who they are. That's Bilbao. But when I watch them, when I compare the notes and the research that I've done on them, when I compare them to how they are as a football team, they have definitely got a defensive aspect of it. Very, very good. They've got a defensive aspect of play. Very, very good. They are an interesting team. They're not easy to break down. And yeah, they almost have a bit of German kind of play, because the Spanish teams, they're not massive on transition. La Liga is not massive transitional league. If you watch it, really. Teams pass the ball, hold possession, and open each other up. Do they counter-attack? Yes. Is a game that teams counter-attack, especially when they play with wingers in Spain. But the way they play it is sometimes quite direct to the wingers.
Yeah.
So they're not an easy football team to play against. And if they score, Jarvis, they're very difficult to score against. They make it very, like I said to you, Valverde, he's a very experienced old cat.
Yeah, see, they have conceded 26 goals in 33 games this season. So they are really tight defensively, and they've scored 50 goals. So
yeah,
not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Let me get them up. Actually, let me get. Let me present.
Big up, Sean.
Big up, Sean.
California, yay.
Hey guys. Yeah, sunrise. You can see in the background,
Yeah, man. Big up, Sean.
How are you guys doing?
Big
but all right. I don't know if you heard. We did a bit of in-depth research on Athletic Bilbao. So there you go. They played 33 games. They've won 16. They've drawn 12. They've lost 5. So they don't lose many games. They've scored 50 goals. They've got 26 against. Goal difference of plus 24.
Wow, they're much better.
They've drawn 12. They've drawn 12. They've lost 5. 26 goals against. They've got the best defensive record in the whole of La Liga. Only Atletico Madrid is close on 27.
Wow. And when you know Atletico Madrid with Simeone, tight defense, they're even better. Oh my! And what's our biggest weakness? Clinicality. We can't score goals.
We're gonna start for
nil penalties. That's our game plan.
Yeah. Big up the army. But yeah, so in terms of the transitions, they're very good. They're very good at pressing. They actually he changes tactics, Jarvis, during the game. So when they need a goal, they go more possession style of play. When they are winning, they like to counter on people and transition on people quickly. But yeah, they're very so United have to score.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes without saying, right? And I listened to some of the conversation before I hopped on.
We can't see you, Sean. We can't see you. You got the camera, but we cannot see you whatsoever. You need to put the camera down to your face.
Okay, so what are you seeing?
Yeah, we can see you now. You can
lower it a little bit.
You're
on the.
There you go.
Yeah,
you can see you a lot better.
I don't know what to do about this. Okay, let's try this. What I'm saying is that, like, I wouldn't even bother trying to figure out anything about Athletic club, like how do they play, what's our strengths, our weaknesses, because from my perspective, it's going to take a miracle for us to get anything out of this game. I know we say this often, but the game against Bournemouth, I was like, even though we drew, I was disappointed, like, to say the least. I missed the reaction after the match, but I expected a lot more from that game, and we played a strong team. That to me seemed like the preparation for Athletic Bilbao, and everything that I saw this past Sunday, nothing I saw gives me confidence for the game on Thursday. So, I'm relying solely on hopium. Like there's nothing on paper or in tactics or anything at all that implies that we could get anything out of this game. So for me, it's strictly just hopium. I'm hoping that, with the quality of like Bruno, Maguire, Mazraoui, Casemiro in possession, out of possession. I'm hoping we have just enough quality to get us over the line. And I think because of the importance of the game, first 20 minutes, first 30 minutes, you should expect a lot of energy from the United team. So maybe we can score a few goals early on and defend. But honestly, like for this game, I don't see I don't see how we get anything out of this semi-final tie, honestly. Because like there's nothing in this team attacking wise, defensively, in midfield. We have no creativity. We don't look inspiring. So yeah, I think maybe quality we can get over the line, but as far as tactics goes, like there's nothing to write him about basically from this United team. Honestly, it's nothing but disappointment so far, and to varying degrees.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But for me, I think when at home this season in 17 games they have lost one. So
Who's that,
their
Bilbao?
home, Atletico, yeah. So they have home record. Let's see. I just want to check it out. It's 10 victories. They drew 6 times and lost 1 game. Conceded 10 goals in 17 matches. So I think a 0-0 will be probably the best result we can hope for in tomorrow. I don't see us scoring, and I don't know. What do you guys think Amorim would do in a situation like this? Do you think he will set up with the 5-4-1, 2 blocks, and just defend?
I think the team we saw on the weekend is probably the strongest possible team that we can put out at this point in time, given the injuries and all that. So I wouldn't expect too many changes from what we saw against Bournemouth. The difference might be, maybe Bruno spends less time on the flank and more time in midfield, or the players play with a lot more energy. But it's not like we have that many options, right? I'm Jarvis like of selections of who to put in midfield or how to pair what players with what players. We have I think maybe 12 or so starting players that we can choose from right now. So it's going to be the same team we saw against Bournemouth. Ugarte, Casemiro in midfield, Bruno Garnacho behind Højlund. I didn't expect any surprises there.
No, we have players injured, so it's Martinez and Diallo is still out, Cirques is out, Collier is out, Dallo is out, Heaven is out, Cheeto can't play, he's not available, and I don't know what happened with Matthijs de Ligt. I don't know, maybe he could play, but I don't think.
We saw it. We saw what happened to him. What game did we play? Where the ball was landing and then his ankle went like that. His leg got caught on the turf, but it was the back of the toe, and then his leg went like that. And then he played on, finished the game, and then we never saw him ever again.
Yeah, he just sprained his ankle in a way, and maybe strained a ligament. So that's
they should have just taken him off immediately after.
Yeah,
because
let me just share this Bruno quote. Bruno's saying this. Let me just go to it. Sorry. Bruno's saying it's going to be a very tough game. We know that they play at home and they will play the final at home. And if they beat us, for us, it's about giving the chances to our fans to travel 2 times to Bilbao.
So basically, want to go to the final. Okay.
He wants to go to the final.
I mean, we all disagree, but I trust Bruno, right? I think if anybody's going to get us anything out of this game, it's going to be Bruno. So I really, really hope that he gets the rest that he needs. He has a good game, gets well rested, good mental space, good head space, because he's going to be one of the most, if not the most important player for us in this tie. So, hopefully, if Bruno shows up, if Bruno plays to the quality, the level that we know he can, if Casemiro doesn't have any significant brain farts during.
Did you hear that?
I thought it was me, but yeah, I think it's everyone.
Sean, your microphone started farting. Wow, it's still farting if you can hear us. Do you want to come back in? Go out and come back in. It was the biggest fart ever. We'll listen to this back later. Oh, it's better now.
Plug out your mic and plug it in again. Yeah, you heard something in disturbance.
Class sound. Yeah.
Wait, was it me?
John? Yeah, that was you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with the sound.
California.
But do you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, nah. I mean, hands up. It's all vibes, you know. Hoping for a Bruno special.
Yeah. But the good thing is we have been, in a way, better when we are on the road in Europe. I think we've been excellent in this season going away. We actually did a good game against Lyon. We were up, and I think we can get a result if the players are up for it. That's the thing. I'm not
thing
getting
about them is that they're very stingy. They don't give much away. Defensively, they're very solid. And we concede goals, Javas. In the Premier League alone this season, and in Europe as well, we concede goals.
Yeah, but it depends Northern. It depends how we approach the game, and I think we are more physical from the Premier League than the Spanish league. We have played against the Spanish teams lately and done okay, even away. So we might get something out of this, and the problem is, how do we set up the team? Do we set up the team with 2 DMs? I would personally set up with Bruno in one of the in the double pivot, because I think we need someone who can pass the ball forward, and because I really feel we struggle, especially when we try to play out from the back. That's our biggest weakness at the moment, because we know how we do. We go wide with the centre backs. The central centre back move up in the midfield and steps up beside the other central defender, and that should be Bruno, because we need at least one of the two who can actually receive the ball and turn with it and do something with the ball. And as soon as Amorim reverted back from having Bruno in the pivot, and then moved him to the 10, I think we've been terrible. I'm not a big Bruno fan, but I think he's the only player that actually can do something on the ball deep. And if we are able to play out from the back, we could be able to control the game, because that's really important when you go in Europe, controlling the game. And we don't want to open up the game with chances both ways and stuff like that. We want to keep the ball as much as we can. And I know you love holding on to the ball. The Arsenal game, for example, around Christmas, we kept the ball under pressure. That's so important to control the game. So for me, I think it's about the right selection. And I would be skeptical if Amorim chooses Ugarte and Casemiro, because none of them can turn with the ball with the back against the goal. So
how would you set up, Jarvis?
Yeah, I would set up with we don't have many options, so Onana in goal. I would play. I would personally play Masraoui and Euro in the wide centre backs, and Maguire centrally. I wouldn't play Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw had a stinker against Bournemouth, so not for me.
No, I wouldn't play Luke Shaw either.
No.
Is the lit definitely out? Is the lit definitely out?
No, he's doubtful. So 50%.
I would play the lit. Masraoui, and have you got the team thing to set it up, Jarvis? Have you got the team thing you can show?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna bring up the text.
Yeah, I would prefer to see the lit play so that we can push up a little bit, squeeze the game, make it a game. Maguire, we have to sit back a bit. Apparently, one of their best players, though, it's like a number 10 maybe. One of their better players is injured, and apparently he might be injured. Let me just go and check, actually.
Inaki Williams is
he's fit. He's fit. Yeah, he's fit.
Yeah, he's good.
He's fit, but one of the creative players. Let me just put team news. Team news. Yeah.
Sunset. Unahi.
Yeah.
Uhan Sunset is his name.
Yeah, he's not playing apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
interesting lineup.
No, this is not my lineup. This is the old lineup.
Okay.
Let's just Onana will start for sure, and I would go for Maguire, Masraoui, and Euro. So that's
I wouldn't start Onana. You know that, Jarvis, I wouldn't personally start Onana.
Yeah, but he will start.
I wouldn't start Onana.
No, it's not Ugarte. Dorgu. Could we go for something like this? Since we are away, Luke Shaw, left wing back.
No. He'll get eaten. Amas.
Okay, so you would go for youth.
Yeah, I'll go for Amas.
Yeah, in the pivot.
Yeah, Luke Shaw would get injured.
Casemiro.
I want to register a slight disagreement here in the sense that I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mazraoui where Dorgu is and Dorgu where Amas is, and Luke Shaw brought in for Euro. And so Euro, Maguire, Luke Shaw.
Just to know, Jarvis, if Amas starts, he'll start on the left. Dorgu will start on the right. 100%.
Yeah, I think you're trying to address like the comment that I made. I'm just saying that I think we're gonna see Dorgu on the left and Mazraoui on the right, like we saw against Bournemouth, basically.
So who's gonna play? Who's going to play as the Lindelof and Maguire?
No, as Euro, Maguire, and Luke Shaw. Exactly the same thing we saw against Bournemouth. Is what I think we're going to see.
I doubt it. Amarim said Luke Shaw should not have played the whole game, so I don't think Luke Shaw is going to play. I think Amas comes back in.
I would like to see Amas. I like that. Yeah, I would like to see
Amas. Game in Europe. It's a more slower game in Europe, really.
If our manager is brave.
But let's just make a team and we can discuss certain decisions.
I think Ugarte is going to play.
It depends. Who would you go for? Garnacho and
Jarvis, by the way, Ugarte is going to start. Casemiro.
Okay, so you're looking like this. Okay.
Yeah, Ugarte will start.
Next to Casemiro.
But it's not Mount.
This will be our starting lineup.
Yeah, Ugarte will play.
Yeah. Something like exactly this. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or maybe we see Kobe Mainoo for Højlund because Amorim thinks that's Amorim explained it himself. Like he said, sometimes he's looking for somebody who can play with their back to goal, who can retain possession. That's why he played Mainoo up front. So depending on the type of game we're trying to have, we might see Mainoo. I doubt it. I think it'll likely be Højlund, but we could see Mainoo up front. Also,
don't you think he will play Mazraoui instead of Amas?
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's a big risk playing Amas.
Yeah, big up. Welcome, brother. I don't think it's that much of a big risk.
Hello, everyone.
I really don't think. Yeah, big up, Asif. I don't think it's that big of a massive risk. I really don't think, because we need balance. We need left-footed players. I thought he played him against who was it? He played against Wolves. He took him out, rested completely last game, and now brings him back in. Do you see that? Because we need a bit of balance on that side. Then I think Lindelof will come on, Mazraoui will go either side, and then we'll go. Yeah. I don't know. I think Amas will play part in the game.
Do you think Mazraoui is going to get dropped?
No. Mazraoui. I'm saying Mazraoui will leave the centre half. He'll bring on Mazraoui for Lindelof, and Mazraoui will go to right wing back.
Yeah, during the game, but the starting lineup, I can't see Luke Shaw starting because
no, he was
crap. He played,
and Amarim said
90 minutes.
Yeah, and Amarim said he was not supposed to play that much.
So I believe that the back three will be Mazraoui, Maguire, and Lenny Yoro for me.
Jamie Warner said Maguire up front. I approve.
You've lost faith in Rasmus, have you, Asif?
Well, he got a goal, didn't they? So that might give him a bit of confidence. But we've been doing well anyway in Europe. Like, we're the most on-form team, like unbeaten. We've got the most shots on goal, most touches in the opposition area. I think it's most shots on goal, 222, and the most touches in the opposition area, 458 touches. So it shows how it's so different in Europe compared to the league. But Athletic Club are so good at home, and they're difficult to break down and score against. They're on top form. So, and we've got a bad record against them. We've lost our last 3 out of 4 against them. The last game we played was in 2012 when Bielsa was their manager, and they won both legs and got to the final.
They're the best
So
team
we've
I've
not
ever
got a
seen.
good. We've not got a
They're the
good
best
record.
team I have ever seen bob United off the football pitch. They're
Mm.
the only team in my entire lifetime going to games I watched live, see them bop us off the football pitch. It was incredible. They're
That was
We
fine.
always.
Bielsa
When
murder
have we had like a convincing performance against the Spanish team, like away?
I think we did well now in the last two Europa League semi-finals that we went to. In my opinion, under Ten Hag and Ole, both against Spanish teams, we were the better team on the night. We were just
Real
unlucky.
Sociedad.
Yeah, whether it's Real or Sevilla or both semi-finals, we were, I think, better teams. We were the better team on both legs. If not for Onana on one hand and De Gea on the other hand, single-handedly kicking us out of both competitions, I think we would have, story
Did
would
they
have been
win? They
different.
won the Copa del Rey, I think, last season, but I can't remember who they played against.
They did, yeah. I don't know who they beat, Barcelona or somebody.
Yeah, so they're a good team, man.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting anyway. I'm glad that at least, well, to be fair, we've been crap at home.
But
I
they've
was
got
gonna
that
say-
incentive as well of the final being in their own home ground, so they're going to be extra pumped.
Yeah, they're going to be really extra pumped, yeah. It's going to be
So
very,
do you
very
guys
interesting.
do you concur? Is this a decent
Yeah,
starting lineup?
I think so. The only other thing is that maybe if Amas doesn't start, is Masraoui on the right and Dogu on the left, and Lindelof will play, or De Ligt will play. But I think bringing De Ligt back from an injury, the only place you can put him is in the center.
Yeah.
So playing De Ligt out wide on the right.
So you do like this. You play Lindelof centrally and you move out Højlund and start Maguire. That would actually be the best.
I can't actually believe that's what people are entertaining. But it's crazy. Yeah, in the last 5 minutes, baby.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing. Like if he's playing Amas, that's sending a big message, and it's a big show of confidence in a player who's inexperienced to play in such an important game in our season, and plus Amarin's career United-wise, because this Europa League is a game changer for him and United. So to trust someone so inexperienced, it'd be saying a lot. If he does that, I'll be surprised.
Well, the only other thing is that he starts Lindelof as a right centre back, and Masraoui is the right wing back. But one thing I'm going to say, they play with the two Nico Williams brothers out wide, and they're both really good. They are pushing us back. So if you move Dogu and Amas back, if we camped out in a back five, we're going to really struggle to get out. And they're going to build pressure until they score. And the gaps, what they're looking to exploit is the gap between the wing back and the centre back. That's what they're looking to exploit.
I don't understand. Are you expecting anything different? That's why, for me, the main issue with Amorim, my main issue is that the jury, as far as I'm concerned, is still out of this system. Everything I see, it's a negative system that has 5 players at all points in time behind the ball or at the back. So I fully expect us to be on the back foot this game against Bilbao. Everybody that we play, whether it's Bournemouth, whether it's Ipswich, whether it's Southampton, everybody dominates possession against us, dominates the midfield, is able to get through our midfield to attack our defense. So I expect the same from Bilbao. I just hope that our superstar captain Bruno Fernandes is able to step up to the occasion. Today, because without him, nothing, no outcome without Bruno Fernandes. This is the game plan.
This is the game plan. It's the only way we can do something.
Garnacho got the most assists for us in this Europa League campaign. He's in the stats. He's the highest for assists.
My God!
Can I just say, Jarvis, if we play that tactics, we're gonna get beaten. We're gonna get beaten.
Yeah, but this will be our game plan. This is not my suggestion. This is.
No, but I'm just saying to you, the time that where Højlund drops in, Garnacho goes long, Garnacho turns into just like a Sunday league player. He can't even stand up again. Him like Højlund, he just falls all over the place, and he won't be able to do anything. So I think, Jarvis, the best way to do is move up as a team, move up the pitch as a team.
Yeah, what you're doing, of course, no shit now. right? Like, yeah, of course. Like the best way is to move up together.
Now,
as a
to be
team.
fair, to be fair, we have done that in some of the away games in the Europa League. Of course, we've not come up against anybody of the quality of Athletic Bilbao, but we have done that. We've moved as a team. And, I mean, Zerkzee was a big miss, honestly, because the best what you need is people who can stand on the ball and hold up the ball up the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, when you under, he's got the technical ability to hold the ball and actually fight for the ball and get us up the pitch. But unfortunately, he's
That's why I was throwing Kobe Mainoo as an option for striker. I know that that's something that Amorim wants from his striker. So yeah, like I think Jarvis is spot on with the tactic. I think for it to work, you know, occasionally Dorgu might catch up with Garnacho or Amas might be also high up the pitch. So if we're able to get the wing backs into good positions,
these two guys will interchange 100%. That you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's really where it's going to come from, and that's why I'm putting so much emphasis on Bruno, because whether or not we like it, he's the quarterback of this team. So between Bruno, Casemiro, Maguire, they are going to be the ones that are responsible for getting the ball directly to the left flank or the right flank, and we hope for the best from there. Really, like that's
Are you taking the piss? We spent 600 million in the last 2 seasons and a half, and you telling me, Sean, hope for the best?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Hope for the best, because that's where we are right now. We're going into, but like to be fair, right? I think we are about to pull off, if we can, one of the craziest like backdoor routes to the Champions League in the history of backdoor Champions League qualifications. And I'm jumping the gun, but we use the FA Cup to qualify for Europa. And then we're about to use the Europa, if we win, to qualify for Champions League. I'm using that to tease any Arsenal fan, just tell them that we'll see them next year in Champions League, despite all the success that they have in the league.
That game made me happy today, man. PSG beat
I actually think Arsenal played really well. And without
it was like therapy, man. It was therapy when PSG scored.
Yeah, of course.
If it wasn't for Donnarumma, I think Arsenal could have won that game. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain should have won 3-0 as well. They created a couple of more chances.
There you go. And they had a penalty. They had a penalty that they were denied.
Yeah, that was a penalty.
But yeah,
so I can imagine that your father and brother have left the WhatsApp group.
That's what I'm saying. To any Arsenal fan that I know, I'm telling them that I want to see them next year in Champions League. Like, because they're going to get knocked out by PSG now, and they're going to have to be in the same group or in the same league with United, despite us finishing 16th and them finishing second. Both of us are in the Champions League next year. So, for whatever that's worth. But yeah, no, with Bilbao, Amorim needs to, I think this is the biggest, most important match of his career.
Listen,
because we have to win.
Yeah. Big up Gamer TV says Manchester United entered the race alongside Manchester City and Liverpool to sign Rodrigo. Real Madrid might consider selling him around 150 million.
Yeah, more chance of us winning that lottery, mate.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. Big up Gamer. Sean, ask him. Come on, talk to me. What hope have you got of Manchester United going through? How confident are you? Let's go around, and then we'll go to Leicester, then Sean, then Jarvis.
With the most informed team in Europe, and it's make or break for Amorim. So I think that if we get a draw, I'll take a draw away and then beat them at Old Trafford. But obviously, everyone needs to be on it, and we need to be clinical and no stupid goalkeeper mistakes to add pressure to us. But it's difficult because we've been really poor altogether, but we've been weirdly good in the Europa League. But Atletico are so strong that I'm not confident. I'm living in hope, to be honest. And I feel like the players need to realize what a game changer this could be, and what one of the biggest comebacks ever. How can you finish so low in the Premier League and then end up in the Champions League with a trophy? Like, they need to give everything. So for me, I would take a draw and then beat them at Old Trafford.
Old Trafford would be in crap, Asif. I don't know if you noticed, but so basically, Asif is saying we're living on a prayer. Let's hope.
With us, man, our club is a troll. We're the only club I think that can win the Europa League and qualify for a Champions League and still finish 14th in the league. But yeah, it's hope and pray FC. Like I said in the beginning, let's not kid ourselves. It's very difficult at the moment. I'm basically gonna look at the first leg. I'll know more or less where we're going at, in which direction we're going at, if depending on the first leg result. But if we do manage a draw, we definitely do have a chance. These guys know how to scam games, so so at that we always have a chance. Like I always say, in two-legged games, you always have a chance. And yeah, if we can get a draw in the first leg, I think we have a chance. But if we lose that first leg, I think we're screwed. Because if these guys score first, that's basically a death sentence when you playing Athletic. You cannot allow them to score first. Real Madrid will tell you that as well. Even Barcelona. So we need to get a draw. I think if we can get a draw, and which I'm leaning towards in hope and prayer that we get a draw in the first leg, then yeah, I think we can go through.
I'm halfway where Leso is, in the sense that hope and prayer FC for this game, complete hopium. But I think where we differ is that, from my perspective, it doesn't matter what the outcome of the first game is. It's a two-leg tie. Whether we lose, win, or draw, at Old Trafford, it's a completely different game. It's a brand new game, because we've seen this United team score 2 goals in 2 minutes to come back from a 4-2 deficit. We've also seen them throw away a 3-goal lead, basically. So, like, whether we win on Thursday, we lose on Thursday, or we draw on Thursday, I have no idea what to expect from this United team in Old Trafford. So, like, we could lose and do a comeback at Old Trafford. We could win and throw away the victory. We could draw and look good and still lose at Old Trafford. So, hope and prayer. That's it. For the 2 games, this next 2 weeks is really just vibes. And inshallah, we hope for the best. We'll see.
Inshallah FC. Jarvis, come on, convince us. How are we going to win this?
I was looking up this. I was looking up that guy who is injured, and he's actually their top goal scorer. Just to be fair.
Look at that.
This Wuhan Sunset, 15 goals this season in 25 games. So I think that's positive for us. I think they will struggle because their reserve striker, the guy who is going to start on Thursday, he only have scored 1 goal this season. So I think that's a positive for us. That increases our chances. This guy is quite good. He's in the 98th percentile on non-penalty goals. So 0.61 a game. So I think that's a good thing. I'm looking for the positives. But to be fair, I think we have a group of players that have talent and they can show up if they want to show up. And we know this. We've seen it before. We've seen it, yes, last season in the FA Cup final. We usually show up when we play Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City. We do well. So we know they can do it. The question is, are they bothered? Are they asked? And when it comes to this stage of the season, I think they are. And I don't think we will be wiped off the park. And I don't think they are heads above us when it comes to quality. I think we can give them a match. And yeah, that's just my thoughts. But it will be difficult. It will be extremely difficult. But it's 50-50. 50-50 for me.
Yeah. For me, I think I agree. I don't think we're going to get smashed. Well, I hope we don't, even though we concede goals. I think we have to be super tactical. They set traps just like Areola's Bournemouth. They play similar style in terms of the traps they set, the quick transitions that they turn on you. I don't want any of us to play into their hands. Intense pressing. That means that Onana has to go long to the channels. Aggressive pressure. They're very good at pressure on the turnovers. Jumping vertically to win back the ball. Defensively, their springboard, dangerous attacking transitions. The winger role, especially on both brothers, the Williams brothers, it's crucial to generating inside spaces and a second line of players to exploit. Valverde is a very, very experienced coach. He must have watched Manchester United, especially this side of Manchester United. He came out after, they went through and we went through on that night at the press conference when they told him, oh, you've got Manchester United. He said, Manchester United are a Champions League team. But at the moment, they're in this, and they try to get into the Champions League through this. So he's basically putting pressure on Manchester United.
Mind games.
Yeah, already saying that Manchester United should not even be in this. And I'm like, what Manchester United have you been watching? So he's already creating this kind of siege mentality. For me, they're the worst team to play against. Teams that are defensively strong have beaten us this season. Teams who are defensively strong, we struggle against. Because because we're missing our best passer from the back in Martinez. We're missing our best hold-up player and creative player bringing balls into play. And we're missing our best winger or wing-back. That's Ahmad. Those three. If we had Martinez, if we had Zerski, and we had Amad Diallo, I think I will be more confident with those three players. Because those three players play crucially in terms of they can hold on to the ball. And one of them is the guy who can actually set the passes through. So I think it's going to be extremely tough. If we Manchester United to win, one second. Yeah. Manchester United to win this game, Manchester United has to be stingy as Atletico Madrid. So we need to be defensively so sound over the two legs. And Onana has to pull off some incredible saves for us to go through. And
Guys,
I don't see
we played the game on Sunday, right? And part of what really upset me about that Sunday game was that we had a full week of training, basically, and we still came out with that crap. And we played on Sunday or we played on Thursday. Everything I'm hearing you saying, like, oh, we need to defend this way, we need to do this, and we need to do that. I wish I were in a position where we could say, okay, I expect to see my manager or our team adapt specifically to accommodate Bilbao. But I know that, like, when I turn on the TV on Thursday, it's going to be a very, very long, very, very difficult 90 minutes for me. Because regardless, it's going to be as if we didn't train. It's going to be as if it's 11 players who met themselves for the first time on Thursday against a very organized Bilbao team. So that's why, like, I'm hesitant to go into like tactical and it's honestly it's vibes. Like, it's hope for the best because this United team is unpredictable in both good ways and bad ways. So even with the injuries that we have, Martinez, Ahmad, I still think our squad in terms of quality, if everybody has a good day, like if everybody in that starting 11 that Javi's just put up, if everybody there has a 7/10 game, I think we'll win. I think we have a good enough squad to beat Bilbao. If everybody in the starting lineup, Højlund included, everybody has a 7/10 game, I think we're a good enough team to beat Bilbao both legs. But honestly, that's not what we're likely going to get. And no matter how well we play, we can't rely on Onana not to single-handedly send us out of the tournament. So really, it's pray to Allah, Jesus, Buddha, whoever it is that you worship. Just hope for the best. Honestly.
Sorry, once I'll bring you in. Jarvis, ask your question. Sorry.
I was just wondering. You mentioned three key players that's out, Noradin, but who do you reckon is the key players at the moment for our team, and who could actually do something in this game? Step up when they're going get stuff, because we saw against Lyon, for example, Casemiro, he had a masterclass of a game. Do you think we will rely on Maguire and Casemiro and the elderly guard to step up in this game and do something?
You would think so. You would think the experienced players in a game like this, where especially Casemiro is the only real champion we have in our squad. He's the only real serial winner we have in our squad, and he basically he gave away the ball for the penalty Luke Shaw gave away. He then said, "Nah, I'm not going out to Leon." He set up the Kobe goal. Well, he got the penalty, right, for the first goal on the comeback. He set up Kobe, and then he set up Maguire. So that's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Could tomorrow night or maybe next week, Thursday, could Mason Mount, who's been in the doldrums for a long time, majority of us think he's got the number 7 shirt. What the hell is he doing here? He looks like some guy who just come from, who stepped out of the fans, as if, one of those guys who just thinks, hey, I used to play professional football. Let me play. Let me have a go. Is he going to have a say? Is he going to have a say? Remember, he's got history. He's the one who set up the goal for Havertz to score in when Chelsea won the Champions League. Could he come and have a say? He looked actually quite bright. He had a couple of chances against Bournemouth on the weekend. Could he have a say in this game? Can he come off the bench and maybe score a vital goal for United?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He owes us it. I don't know if he can, but he owes the fans it because he's been a disgrace.
I mean, I wouldn't go
disgrace of a signing.
I wouldn't go as far as calling Mount a disgrace. And if I can, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on panel, if 1 out of 5 United fan can offer a brief defense of Mason Mount, I like Mount. I think Amorim does as well. I think eventually, if we're going to be a successful squad, Mount's going to be a key player in the squad. What I like the most about Mount is his ball control and ball retention abilities. I have never seen Mount look flustered whenever he receives the ball, whether it's 1 opposition player next to him or 5. He's always able to bring the ball under control and get out of tight spots. I think that's a valuable attribute to have. I think he's also very well suited to that number 10 position that Amorim is looking for. I don't hold Mount responsible for the injuries that he has had. I think we've heard stories about players who the injury is the result of their own lack of care or lack of attention. I think Mount has just been unlucky. I think he's a talented player. It's not his fault that we paid 60 million for him. It's not his fault that he's getting injured all the time. But if he's fit, I think Mount is an important player for the squad. So 1 out of 5 United fans, likes Mount. Do with that what you will.
Asif, what you were saying, Asif? Come on, you're the optimist.
I'm saying that I was saying that I don't know if he will do something, but he definitely owes Manchester United fans a performance. And I won't say he's a disgrace. I'll say the signing's been a disgrace. The amount of money we spent on him, and he's hardly done anything. And then he's always in interviews smiling, and every time you see a picture of him, he's acting like he's having the time of his life. Thing is, what is it? History is against us. They've had 1 week's rest. They didn't play on the weekend because of the Copa del Rey final. And obviously, it's a tough away game, and they're very hard to break down. So I'm very skeptical, but I really do hope we can do it. I'll take a draw on. I feel like Kobe Mainoo will play a big part if we're going to get through. Players like, obviously, Casemiro's an experienced player in these big games, European games. He's like clocked the Champions League, and he showed in the last game he was effective. So there'll be certain players that'll be the main ones for us. If they perform, then we've got a chance. But if they don't, then we're just going to get kicked out in our season. It'll be finished early, and then we can just start looking to the summer transfer window because we've got nothing left to play for. But I feel like Kobe Mainoo is going to play a big part in it if we're going to go through. If that's from the bench or as a starter, I don't know, over 2 legs.
Give me your score. Get your score lines in, people. Give me your score. Go ahead, Asif. What do you think the score's going to be on Thursday?
1-1.
Letho, what's the score going to be on Thursday?
1-1 as well.
John?
Well, 1-1, sure. Yeah, 1-1. That's a possible best case scenario.
And 0-0 tomorrow. Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see us winning in Bilbao, and maybe a draw. That's all I see. Maybe a draw, maybe a 0-0 or 2-0. Alexandra is here. Alexandroni, big up to you. Congratulations, big up. Yeah, Spanish teams. Not that the Spanish teams are royalty in this competition. I worry. Yeah, Sevilla knocked us out. Remember, Sevilla knocked us out twice. One on the Ten Hag and once on the Oli. You remember that?
Yeah, the final on penalties.
And then we lost it to Villarreal. So Spanish teams is not the best teams to play in this late of the competition, but it's going to be very interesting to see. Yeah. But anyway, people, this is where we're at. Obviously, this is the week after since we got together and did a show in here. I've done a video, people, and the title of the video. Let me just tell you what the title.
I like your intro. I like your intro, by the way.
Wow, yeah, true that. Well done.
Yeah, man. Your intro is good.
Some upgrades to the channel.
Yeah, big up to the Jarvis. Jarvis is the new graphic designer, editor, sound engineer, video maker. Smile. Yeah, video maker. He's the guy.
I'm texting.
It was like I was getting ready to watch a Hollywood film.
So like, check out Nuruddin with the intro, with the countdown.
I thought, what trailer is this? Which film is coming out?
even like a montage, like a opening montage. Also nice, yeah. Okay.
Well, big up Jarvis for finding a montage of me out there battling against the Glazers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only had to search for some laser protests, and I found you right away, Nuruddin. Wasn't that hard? I don't know. You're always in front of every protest.
Front and center also. That's hilarious.
I will say one thing. Even through our struggles, we've been a more successful club than Arsenal. And Arsenal fans think they're on top of the world. But Manchester United, even through our struggles, have been more successful. We've actually been winning trophies. Our football is about winning. Football is about winning, and we've been winning trophies. They haven't. When Solskjaer was finishing second, they were calling him a failure. Now Arteta's finishing second. Now he's great. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And to make matters worse, we might be seeing them next year in Champions League. That's yeah. I mean, that would.
Let's just get to the Champions League and celebrate that first, because I'll tell you right now, there'll be a lot of rivals crying if Manchester United get a trophy in Champions League.
Tears.
It's going to be very interesting. Well, this is it. This is that we can own aspects. We can actually, morale-wise, banter-wise, we can banter certain teams. But unfortunately, we've been bantered the most due to the owners. I made a video, people. Please go and check it out on the channel. I said congratulations to Liverpool, and I said congratulations to the Glazers and Ineos, Liverpool's greatest allies. So go and watch that. I explain why if 20 Liverpool fans got in a room to come up with a way to destroy Manchester United, they would never have come up with a better plan than the Glazers and Ineos. So go and check it out. They are the most successful football club in the league and in the country. They have six European Champions Leagues. They have 20 league titles, and we are left in the dust. So it is what it is. People.
But we've seen it all. We've won the lot, right?
Yeah, I've won the lot, bro. We've seen it all. The next slide should be, we are just a Wikipedia now. We've seen
No. We're not. Do you know why, Nuruddin? We're not
Wikipedia page.
We're not Wikipedia. Do you know why? Because we've experienced it. If you've experienced it, no one could take their memories and that joy away from you. A lot of fans have not experienced trebles, 3 titles in a row, how we dominated. We were lucky. I don't know how the ages of people on there, but we were lucky to experience that. And a lot of fans will never know that dominance that we got to enjoy.
That's true.
Yeah, listen, big up Ben. Ben, it says, big up the panel, URT. I'm on my way to the airport in Turkey, Nuruddin, to head back home to Ireland. Big up the people. Free Palestine. Hit the likes, URT. Yeah, big up, Ben. We wish you a safe journey back home. In time for tomorrow. Join us hopefully after the match reaction. But big up to you.
What did Ben go do in Turkey? Hair transplant?
No, this is it.
I'm just teasing.
Listen, no. Listen, Sean, make sure you jump in tomorrow, because we're gonna examine his teeth, his hair, and his nose.
Oh, okay.
We're all getting examined tomorrow. He's been in Istanbul.
He's going. Just make sure it don't end up like Wayne Rooney's if you do get it done.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh
No, Ben is.
no!
Listen, Ben is a young lad. He's a young man. His hair is still intact.
Another thing, young men are losing their hair these days. There's a lot of pressure out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're out here, man. Listen, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything from us to say. Other than that, I don't believe in any of the transfer stuff till I see them holding up the Manchester United shirt. But if any news breaks, we'll be reporting it tomorrow. Jarvis, are you doing a preview tomorrow to the game?
If I have the time, I have some people coming over, so I will see. Maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
No worries. Jarvis, if
Only
not,
a quick one, like a 30-minute show, just like go through it.
Make sure you check Jarvis out. Make sure you check his channel out, Tactical Devils. There it is, Jarvis Cocker, Tactical Devils. Make sure you check Sean out at Sean Thomas. Man, and then his podcast is called How We See Things, and it's available across all your podcast providers. But Jarvis just needs 200, just over 200 people to basically make him 1,000 subscribers so he can monetize properly. So please make sure you subscribe. You subscribe to that channel, Tactical Devils, and it'll be live on Thursday, straight after the game. As soon as the final whistle's done, Jarvis will be ready. Is Stuart back on Thursday?
Stu is back on Thursday, I believe. Yeah.
So him and Stu will be doing that.
And you're always free to jump on, Norridin. You know that.
Yeah, 100%.
Always.
Big up, and then big up to Asif. Make sure you check him out. Asif_ Betchan. And Lesso Football TV is Black Rain at Black Rain. Big up to Ben. You got amazing time, Jamie. We're in Turkey. It's unbelievable. People are amazing and respectful. Somebody's asking me what did I think about the Eubank fight. I thought, what a fight. What an absolute. Yeah, big up to you, Sean. See you Thursday. Yeah. I thought it was a brilliant fight. I thought that both of them paid homage to their fathers. Roll back. I remember watching their fathers when I was a kid, watching them both slug it out. But I think it was a very dangerous fight because you were asking Chris Eubank Jr. to come down, and you were asking Ben to go up weight or want to come down weight. And it's not. I don't think there should be a rematch. I think both of them should fight at their normal weights. But it was for nostalgia. It was a brilliant fight. Yeah, big up. But yeah, it's going to be tough on Thursday. Tomorrow we'll get all of the news about what's happening, this and that. But yeah, people.
Our players need that same spirit that they showed in that fight. Our players need the same spirit when they play against Bilbao.
Oh, definitely. By the way, also, listen, Marcus Rashford is no longer a Manchester United fan, but he's a Mancunian. The disgraceful Sky, disgraceful newspapers, the level of racism. Ollie Watkins, who played that game against Crystal Palace when they got beat 3-0, was at the fight. But yet Marcus Rashford, who was injured before the game, was at the fight and is getting called out for it. Make it make sense. Declan Rice, who played in the Champions League tonight, who had his biggest game of his career, Arsenal career, was at the fight. Footballers, they're allowed to enjoy life like me and you when they've got a day off. They're allowed to go and watch a boxing fight. They're allowed to watch other football. They're allowed to do that. They're allowed. The disgraceful, absolutely hypocrisy to attack just Marcus Rashford. I don't want Marcus Rashford back at Manchester United. I wish him well in his career. Manchester is not good for him. And it wasn't good for us for 2 years. But to unnecessarily attack him and go, ooh, he shouldn't be at this, he shouldn't be at that. And the guy who's attacking you is some absolute Spurs substitute who's now on Talkshy, chatting shit on Sky. Was unbelievable for me. When Watkins is there, Declan Rice is there, and there was other footballers that were there as well. So yeah, but people will be back after the game match reaction. I'll be watching it with Saeed. Join me and Saeed on Saeed TV. We'll be doing a watch along on Thursday. I might actually see Saeed tomorrow to watch Barcelona Inter Milan. I don't know. But yeah, make sure. Yeah, big up. Asif, if you're available for the match reaction, let us know after the game. I'll be doing a show around 10:30.
All right.
So let us know for the match reaction if you're available. Big up Lefto. And again, go to Tactical Devils, like it says on his name there. Jarvis Cocker, Bowley, BOLE77 on Twitter or X. And then Tactical Devils. He needs about just over 200 to go on to properly, fully monetize. So go ahead over there, people. Go and subscribe. Lesso, a Black Rain, Asif _ Betchan. And Sean, it's at Sean Thomas. Big up Luani. Luani sent me a message. He's driving his big truck. He's stuck in traffic in Jersey. All the way out there in the East Coast, in Jersey. So big up to Luani as well. And big up to Bumbaye.
So where the Sopranos are from.
Yeah. Bumbaye is gone. He's on holiday, so he might not be here. He might be here for the second leg, but he won't be here for Thursday. So big up to Bumbaye. Safe travels.
Big up.
Yeah, big up to all of you. But yeah, free Palestine every second of every minute of every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. Freedom all. Fuck Zionism. And those of you who have not watched it, watch the Louis Theroux Settlers on BBC. Don't listen to the British government. Don't listen to the British media. Watch the documentary, Louis Theroux. Watch that. And you'll find out what Zionism is. Yeah, pricey, but I blame Manchester United for doing this, but I love Turkey. Such Mrs. looking at maybe going to Algeria sometime down the line too. Wow, check you out, guys. Free Sudan, free Lebanon, free Burkina Faso, free Niger, free Mali, free the Omal. Solidarity and love with all the indigenous people worldwide. Solidarity, everybody in the world who are getting oppressed because of their religious beliefs, their gender, their orientation. Solidarity and love to everybody globally. It's nothing new in the human condition, people. Nothing new. So stop the discriminating, stop the hating, and show more love, more compassion. But F the Glazers, F Jim Glazer. You want to be down with him? And F you too. We'll lose or draw.
Big Tupac lyrics.
URT, we call it as we see it. Big up to everybody. And yeah, F the GCSEs while you're there as well. Tom, we don't know where Tom is. Tom's never got in touch with us. Shakarian. You try to find Tom. You're a fellow Yorkshire man of Tom. You go to Sheffield and look for Tom. Yeah, big up Elijah. Always love. Thank you so much for joining us. Big up, people. Please smash the like on your way out. Let's get to 100 likes. Love and light, people. Jarvis might do a preview, half an hour preview tomorrow. If not, it'll be live straight after the game, so make sure you catch him.
Yeah.
Love. Take care. Good night.
Take care. Good night.
Good night.